Week 4 coming down to, can we break down this team that, from what all I've heard, is that this is our kryptonite. Everybody wants to just say that the Buccaneers are the Eagles' kryptonite. Well, why are the Eagles unable to beat the Bucs down there? There's two reasons. It's the blitz. Todd Bowles is going to blitz the dog shit out of this Eagles offense off the bus. But can we look upfield and throw it to the man, A.J. Brown, and get big plays early and often? Or what I would like to see him do is what you would call is run blitz them. So when they send a blitz early, run at them. Because when that blitz is coming upfield, you're pouring a run downfield on them. And maybe we can open up some big plays earlier. It's going to be hot. Everybody's talking about this all week. It's going to be hot down in Tampa. Okay, it's hot in Florida. Water's wet. But guess what? These guys make millions of dollars to keep their asses in shape so that we can get a dub this weekend. So this is what I want to see early. I want to see a concentrated effort to get on this run game. I want to see an effort to get it to the pass catchers on the perimeter or the short spot, or take a shot upfield in when they blitz. On defense, I want to see them just sit back, tackle. Baker Mayfield typically looks to dink and dunk, get his guys the ball in space. He knows that the Eagles' defensive front is going to be coming after his ass early and often. So let's make it hard for him. Let's press man technique on the outside. Let's make sure that we're playing good technique up top when they go cover 2 and they're shelling everything. Let's see what the fucking Eagles defense has to do on third down. It's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 9. It's 3rd and 5. Obvious pass situations. Don't forget about Bucky Irving. We have to lock him down. We have to have another good day against the run, which they didn't do early in the game against the Rams. So I would like them to kind of step that up early in the game, is to make the Bucs run game look pedestrian. Get after them, tackle guys on the field when you get the opportunity to get them in space. Get them on the ground. Don't give up plus plays. Don't have SIWs, self-inflicted wounds, because that's going to lead to an L. If the Eagles have more than 2 turnovers, they lose the game. If the Eagles don't have any turnovers and they just sit down and play their game, Eagles win 28-17. They'll take down the Bucs. The Bucs are hurting right now. They have no Mike Evans. They're hurt. A bunch of O-line guys. I think they can get after Baker Mayfield earlier. I think the Eagles got this one. I think we go to 4-0. If not, look for the wrap-up, and I'll tell you why we didn't get to 4-0. But Eagles look good. Let's have some faith. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles.
B-I-N-G-O.
View Burnside Wick pitch breakdown of this phenomenal win by the Philadelphia Eagles on the road at Tampa. Let's get to the bad before we get to the good, because no one cares about that. The second half was horrible, the game plan. Wick pitch coined a few terms during the game. What the hell is that play, and what are we doing there? What are the slip screens doing? They're not getting any yardage. And why are you running the ball early on downs when everybody's teeing off on Saquon? So I got to see a little more out of the offense in the second half to hold the Bucs down. We could have taken control of the game if we had what I thought was a better offensive scheme in the second half. Now, let's get back to the good. on the Birds offense. They had some nice wrinkles early in the game. They scored on a fake tush push. They scored on a few shovel passes where the Tampa Bay D line was really zeroing in on Jalen, zeroing in on Saquon, and we were able to go ahead and capitalize. Now, let's not dismiss the injuries. Lane Johnson, seen sitting on the sidelines for most of the game, which can hinder your offensive progression based on the fact that he is probably the best right tackle in football.
I would agree.
Yeah. And then you get him, and then you also compound that with Tyler Steen getting hurt. You had Pryor come in. You had to have the big Fred come in. Fred does a good job, but they solidified it late in the game to win this football game. The Birds' defense, I'm going to call one thing out right now. We tackled all game. We gave them some big plays, and they were to the rookies, which is okay. They're rookies. Like, they're young guys. Like, they're going to make mistakes. And we gave up 2 big plays via the rookies. But other than that, I thought the Eagles' defense tackled today. They ripped through. They did what is called block destruct. And they also ran through tackles and made sure guys were on the ground, and that if the cavalry was showing up, the guy was going to be a move away from getting tackled. Now, the one thing I want to call out on the Eagles' defense is that where the hell is our pass rush? I know Nolan Smith is on the shelf right now, but what are we doing here? Jalix Hunt, nothing. Smith, nothing. I didn't see anybody sack anybody until the end of the game when the Bucks were basically forced into a lot of pass situations where you were going to get a sack. No, regardless. There's a term that's called even a garbage can finds a steak every once in a while. So the Tampa Bay offense was pedestrian through the early part of this game. We held them down, tackled well in that early part of the half, but the second half, the Tampa Bay offense exploded. Our good friend, Stanley Wigpish, check him out, said that Baker Mayfield will give you a problem and bring you back in a game. I didn't believe it. Nobody believed it, but he believed it. And guess what? Baker Mayfield made the 2 big throws to get him back in those games. In the game, at the end, he threw an interception in the backside of the end zone. Okay, but he still made some big plays via our rookies fucking up. The Tampa Bay defense in the second half really stood up to the Eagles' offense. I think they had a beat on Hurts. I think they figured out the offensive game plan. And what they did do is they zeroed in on 2-6. And what's happening, and we're going to talk about this before the Broncos game, is what's happening now is that the Eagles are being faced with teams teeing off on 2-6. So 2-6 gets the ball, everybody rallies to him. They're not getting these big explosive offensive plays that they had last year, and then, it's going to make a difference in the offense. But let's be real with you. We won the game. Are we happy as Birds fans?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
We're 4-0. We're going back home at the comfy confines of Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Denver Broncos. We'll have more on that, but I'm going to call that a win right now, just on the fact that the Eagles went out to Tampa, down to Tampa, in muggy weather. Everybody talked about the heat. They didn't look like they were too hot. We won the game. And let's be real with you. All that matters is you won. It doesn't matter that he came back, he pushed the ball down the field on us. That's fine. You got a dub. We brought it home. We're 4-0. The Eagles are coming home to host the Denver Broncos, who have a young rookie quarterback and a feisty defense, but you're at home. So the Eagles should, in my opinion, go into the next week at 5-0. We'll have more on the post game of the Broncos to break down the Broncos team. But hey, go Birds. Westview, Burnside. Quick pitch.
Next one ain't gonna be a bingo game, I'll tell you that.